Welcome to Worldview Wednesday. A few weeks ago, we examined Marxism, and we saw that the Marxist worldview was a materialistic worldview, meaning that everything was purely material. Well, in the worldview of new spirituality, just the opposite is believed. Everything is spiritual and divine. This is known as pantheism, that everything is ultimately part of the divine, and the divine is part of everything. There is a global consciousness that makes up the whole. So if you can think of the Force from Star Wars, that's kind of what we're talking about here. This leaves us with an impersonal force or consciousness or energy. In other words, this God is not a separate transcendent person, but a spiritual or a conscious force that is part of everything. New Age teachers would say that consciousness or God is personal in each person's personal experiences. And you may think this is totally foreign and not within our culture, but it is prevalent in our culture with this look within yourself, believe in yourself, you are your own light type of mentality. In a very popular book called Girl Wash Your Face, she writes, "You are meant to be the hero of your own story, and you, and only you, are ultimately responsible for who you become and how happy you are." She goes on to plainly state that you should be the very first of your priorities. And the book is littered with references to self-love and self-care. And this theme becomes so pervasive that it is the paradigm for how she responds to everything that happens in a person's life. In all of these different situations, the answer is always returning to yourself. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Strive and run a marathon and get therapy and recite mantras and read a good blog post or see a guru or drink wine or don't drink wine and relax or take a vacation and keep the promises you make to yourself and literally anything but giving your life to Jesus and putting your trust in Him. Alyssa Childers, a famous apologist, says about this that your happiness, your success, your everything, it's all up to you. That was Alyssa Childers' commentary on that book. Well, this has been promoted in our culture through the you can be anything you want to be. You just have to believe in yourself. You just have to have faith in faith. You see, in the New Spirituality movement, there is immense focus on yourself, even though they say it is a letting go of self. But there's so much work to be done on yourself, your thinking, your karma, your mantras, that you reiterate your own divinity, your own strength and power and influence, and finding your liquid gold, as Rhonda Byrne would say. In the New Spirituality, your salvation comes from within, so why not put your focus there? This is done through your own will. You can be who you want to be. You are the author and the hero of your own story. So beware of this ideology. Beware of this philosophy because it's out there today. When you pray today, please remember Hannah McClellan, our missionary in Mexico. And also remember the Fanta Lifeword broadcast that's heard in Ghana.